Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayleigh. I'm super excited you're here. Let's go ahead and dive into our topic real fast. Today's video is 3 unique, simple habits you can put into your daily life to pull you out of stagnation, to get unstuck, to get inspired, to get rid of analysis paralysis, and actually get moving toward the things you want to be spending your energy on day to day to day. The first habit I have for you is to sing. And yes, I mean sing. Sing! Here are some of the reasons that singing is incredible. First, it's more emotionally driven than speaking. Speaking affirmations is great. Singing actually pulls from deeper places inside of us. It uses more vulnerability. It uses more spontaneity. When we sing songs that we love, we get inspired and we get more in tune with the emotions communicated in the song. But when I encourage you to singing songs you know is great. But if you're someone who can dive a little bit deeper into the creative process than that, have you ever tried singing spontaneously, sporadically, without a plan? Singing without knowing what melody is coming, singing without knowing what words are coming? You'll be shocked at the movement that you feel inside of yourself and how you're applying different strengths of thought to what you're communicating when you sing. Additionally, singing is a form of movement, even if you do it laying down, even if you do it sitting in a chair. And I know you might think for a second, how's that? Well, here I am to tell you. Singing requires us to use our body and our muscles more intensely than speaking does. So it moves our bodies differently. Singing sends reverberation and vibration through the entire body. And we know that vibration touching our organs can actually be quite healing for them. And especially if we're singing things that speak healing into our lives, like praise or worship or something that is really good, that singing, think about it symbolically and physically, is reverberating through your whole body, because you do not produce song only through your throat, through your mouth, through your windpipe, through your vocal cords. It's being produced by the entire body. Your bones can feel the song. Because of this, singing can also improve your blood flow and your breath. So if you are someone who has been intrigued by using more breath in your daily life, singing is a really great way to start experiencing the pull and flex of your diaphragm and the expansion of your lungs without having to just sit still and breathe. It deepens our experience with our breath. So singing is an incredible way to start pulling yourself out of stagnation and get unstuck. Habit number 2 is addressing your inner critic. So often, one of the reasons we can't move forward, we can't get unstuck, is because we are having these oppressive thoughts building up on top of us. And we can dive way deep into all these reasons these thoughts are coming, but right now I don't even want to focus on that. I don't want to ponder where are these thoughts coming from, what's going on. I just want to address the reality that they're there. Kind of like in my videos about healing trauma, where you're not actually healing the trauma, you're healing the triggers. You're trying to heal the reality of what is present in the moment, not what's abstract and can't be touched in the past. It's the same thing with the inner critic. It's more important to call out the lie and speak the truth over yourself than it is to dive into really intense ideologies of where this might be coming from. That's beneficial at different levels of life, but not right now. So I'm showing you a screen recording as an example of this, and I've actually taken many of my clients through this process. What I do on paper, generally on paper, but for now on my computer, is I make a list of the lies that this voice is telling me, that the inner critic is telling me. And I actually got this exercise from a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's really inspiring, and it's a really great way to use creativity to address these lies. So after I go through and I write these lies down, I go back through them and I cross them out. And by doing this, I am very physically and visually giving myself the action of saying that's not true. That is a lie. I am not lazy. I am energized and ready to do what I've set out to do. I am not too tired to achieve my goals. I'm rested and I'm ready to go. And what's really important about this is to not lie in return of the lie. The inner critic is going to give you a lie, something that's not true. You can't battle a lie with a lie. So when I'm writing down I'm rested, I'm not lying. I'm being optimistically truthful. I am rested. I know that I actually have the energy and the strength to do what I'm setting out to do. So do not lie when you are addressing lies. Instead, give an optimistic truth. And if it's hard to give an optimistic truth, give a realistic truth. However, be cautious, because I meet a lot of people who say they're realists when really they're pessimists. Do not be pessimistic about your healing. Do not be pessimistic about your mind, your soul, your body. If you are pessimistic, you're literally just opening the door for the inner critic to come in, get comfortable on the couch, and flip on the TV to whatever programming it wants to put in your head. Don't do that. Optimistic truth-telling, okay? So the last habit that I have for this video, the third one, is an to-do list. And the target of this habit is unburdening. Now, this habit really works for those who either keep mental lists or they make physical lists. This isn't applicable for everybody, but it's applicable for a lot of people. I just implemented this a couple of weeks ago with a client, and it really benefited her. So what I'm gonna do if I need to unburden my mind and I need to make an to-do list is I'm going to put everything that my brain is carrying on a piece of paper so that I can see the weight. I can see the physical representation, the words. That's really interesting. That ties very much so in with left brain, right brain from the neuroscience video we did a couple posts back. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through this list and I'm gonna recognize it is unrealistic for me to achieve all of this in a day. And it's even unrealistic for me to achieve all of this in a week. I'll start highlighting the things that are either really urgent or that I have a lot of desire to do. And then I will actually start to type in times. So like putting away the laundry feels like a huge task. I don't wanna do it. But if I write down that it only takes 10, 15 minutes, I'm like, well, that's a really good use of my time. It serves me and my household, and it's not a huge chunk of time. But then you see that editing my YouTube videos is gonna take me like 6 hours, and it's an urgent thing I need to do. So I need to show myself that block of time that it's going to require as I make executive decisions about what things to unlist, to take off of the list. So then I'll go through and I'll start crossing things out that there's just no way I can give myself the space to do that today or this week. And though I want to get a bamboo brush, though I want to organize the back room, even though I want to organize my closet, I have more important things to do that move me forward in my goals. I used to be someone who could not focus on the things I wanted to do without getting those distractions out of the way. I am not like this anymore. I very intentionally put myself through a season of time where I made myself work toward the more important things regardless of the environment around me. If I allow the disorder of things to stop me from achieving the things that are actually really important to me, then my environment is controlling me instead of me placing prioritization and order over my environment. I can shut the door to the back room. I can keep the closet closed, but I've got to get those videos edited and I've got to get this video filmed if I want to keep on my posting track, which is far more important to me, especially in the long run. If I don't keep posting and editing on time, then my accountability starts to slip in the most important things. That's not okay with me. If that closet stays disorganized for the next month, in 3 years, it really won't matter. But in 3 years, if I don't keep up with the things I'm actually passionate about, have talent for, and have drive for, that will matter. So it's about prioritizing what actually needs to happen today. And then I take everything off of the list that doesn't need to happen now. With my client, we even decided that some of the things she had on her list, no more. Never again. Never again is she going to think about those tasks. A lot of the things I deleted from my list, they will come back up again in the future. But I'm giving myself this exercise to show myself this is not for my brain to hold today. I have a bonus habit for you that I didn't think about until I was sitting here filming and getting ready for this video, and that is to start your day with a belief instead of a to-do list. This one is more challenging for those who really like to-do lists. I don't. I don't like to-do lists. I make to-do lists. However, when I started operating out of a belief plan instead of a to-do list, my to-do list got a lot more niched and inspired. For example, several months ago, I started operating from the belief plan, a plan to believe that my audience is ready for me. Now I'm producing 2 YouTube videos a week because I'm monitoring that belief plan and I'm setting up my to-do list based on my belief. My belief is that my audience is ready for me, therefore my to-do list prioritizes my YouTube content creation. Before, I would have prioritized things in my home thinking that that was more important to me and that believing that that was going to set me up for the work that I actually wanted to do. But in reality, it was just busy work instead of passion work. So when we operate from a belief plan instead of a to-do list, it brings more direction into the creating of our to-do list, and then we're operating toward our goals instead of around our goals in a busy fashion. Because when we're busy, we feel productive, but do not confer with your feelings. Don't just trust your feelings. Just because you felt productive doesn't mean you actually moved closer to your goals. For example, I could spend my entire day on Canva making Instagram posts or overlays, all kinds of designs and content, but it doesn't get me any closer to sitting down and filming a YouTube video. When I believe my audience is ready for me to show up, I sit down and I get these YouTube videos filmed. This work is one task getting checked off for the day. The other work is like 10 tasks getting checked off for the day. So that one was busier and more productive, but this was truly productive work because it's working toward my goals, not just filling my day. So recap, the 3 habits plus 1 because I gave you a bonus. Singing, because it's incredible for your health holistically. Addressing your inner critic, calling out those lies, and instead speaking optimistic truth over your life. Making an un-to-do list to visually and actively unburden your brain. And operating from a belief plan instead of a to-do list so that your beliefs shape your tasks. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you so much for showing up for me. Go ahead and hit like if you'd like to, subscribe if you'd like to, drop a comment and tell me which one of these habits do you think would actually work in your life, or if you try one, let me know. I would really love to engage with you. Thank you so much. My name is Kayleigh. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.